Hi, welcome to Second Date Update. You're listening to Q102 with Just Def today. Today we have a caller from someone you all know and love, famous Irish poet Seamus Heaney. So Seamus, tell us about what happened on the date and how you met this girl.
Well, Jeff, her name is Miss Literature, and she's really cool. She's so smart and great and fully understands literary references. I mean, besides the fact that she doesn't spend an entire quarter teaching my works, she's pretty amazing. We met on a dating site called Potatoes. Great dating site in my opinion, and my opinion is really good. On the date, we went to my favorite spot, a spot that influenced a lot of my works of poetry. My family farm, where I was born. It's called Moss Bond, near Castle Dawson County, near Derry. It reminds me of the country of mind, more or less emotional and intellectually proof against the outside world. Perfect spot for a first date, don't you think? Then I told her the basic facts about me, like how I'm the oldest of 9 children. My family has been farmers for generations, and all about my schooling. Did you know I attended St. Coulom's at age 12 on a merit scholarship? Then I attended Queen's University, Belfast, or QUB as we alums like to call it. I got my honors degree in English language and literature, and I also went to St. Joseph's College of Education. Belfast, where I trained in Latin, Irish, and Anglo-Saxon. After that, I began teaching. I taught at my old grade school for 1 year, and then at my college, St. Joseph, and then at QUB. There, I marched for civil rights. I love QUB so much I can go on and on and on about that for hours. Like, when I attended that as a student is when I first published my first poems, Q and Gorgon, in the university magazine.
Okay, I understand. You love talking about yourself, like someone else I know, Jen. But do you think there was anything in the date that went wrong?
Now that you mention it, we did talk about how I grew up around the violence between Catholics and Protestants in the city, and how that influenced me as a poet. And that tends to scare a lot of people. I was Catholic in a primary Protestant country. It was a bad time for me and my family.
Well, that does sound bad, but I'm sure that can't be the reason. Let's call her and see.
Hello?
Hey, do you know who this is?
It's Jeff with Q102, right?
Yeah, do you know why I'm calling?
Is it about my date with Seamus?
Ding ding ding, we have a winner. I take it you've heard of Second Date Update?
Of course. So you want to know why I didn't call him back?
Yes, please. He really likes you. He found you to be an awesome person with a vast amount of knowledge. What went wrong?
Well, he's a great guy, really passionate about his past, which you can see with a lot of his poetry, but he talks forever. I can tell you more about him than Google. I'm basically a database on him now. For example, did you know that his early works were based on William Wordsworth and Patrick Kavanagh, who dealt with Irish subjects?
I did notice he does talk a lot.
I'm not done. You see, I'm also a very happy, upbeat person. He is not. In his first full collection, Death of a Naturalist, published in 1966, the themes deal with death, decay, and loss of innocence. The poems connect heavily with natural scenery and images of his youth. Although his works were amazing and his poems became popular right away, this is just not the man for me. 2 years later, he won the Summer Smuggum Award, and it's the only thing keeping me on this date and thinking maybe it can go better. But his childhood, oh god. He grew up in a time when there was major religious tension. In his works and conversations with me, he blabbered on about the root causes of Ireland's violent past. He kept talking about the holiness that Ireland's land and nature provides. As you can see, he's haunted by the events of his childhood.
Oh, wow, that does seem kind of bad. But let's bring him back on the phone. Do you want to say anything?
Yes, that does seem bad, but really, I am happy, honestly. My students love me, and I just use poetry to get out my feelings and to show the beauty of Ireland. Is there anything else that I did wrong on the date?
Well, you did teach at some of the best colleges, such as Carey's Fort College, University of California, Berkeley, and Harvard College. You know who did this all with you? Your wife, poet and mythographer Mary Devlin. So no, Jeff, no second date. And I would watch out or you might die in Dublin in 2013.
Well, that was intense. Obviously, you've never heard of databases before. Having a wife does put a damper on things. Sorry for your luck, but you probably shouldn't go on any more dates if you're married.
Well, I didn't think she would find out.
And on that note, next up, the latest song from Green Day.